Yo, what's up, guys? This is your boy Strider Chip. I'm back with another one here to show off a Gogeta deck profile I made actually not too long ago. And I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it, the cards and the leader. So I chose this one, the promo one. I actually prefer this one over the other ones. I think this one's actually pretty cool. I really like it a lot. Plus, I own it. And if you bought the Dragon Ball, I forgot what it was. I think it was like Dragon Ball Heroes or Super Dragon Ball Heroes. I think that's what it's called here for the Switch, which I did. Here you get this leader plus you get this card here as well. So talk about the leader. When this card attacks a leader, you draw one and you get a 5k bump here for the turn. So it's at 15 instead of 10. Then you have Awaken, 5 life or less. Draw one, untap one of your energies. Pretty good stuff. Double Strike. Then if it attacks a card, you draw one, active main. You choose one of your opponent's battle cards, 10k power or less, and it gets pop automatically. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. So let's talk about the unisons. Unisons in this deck, I have Son Goku Vegeta Jr. Active main, you choose that card and another skillless battle card, or all the skillless battle cards you get, and it gets a 5k power to the turn, so it's actually pretty good. That's really, really good. So this, I chose this unison because you take advantage of the skill list here in this deck, and that's actually a pretty good thing. And then it says place up to 2 skillless battle cards minus 1 marker battle cards and energy cost of 1 from your deck or drop area. You playing it either from your deck or drop area, and then you're gonna shuffle the areas that you look through. So that's, you're gonna take advantage of the second effect here, so you can play your vanillas here. As you can see, we have Goku and Vegeta vanilla skillless cards. You're gonna use that to play it. Okay, and then the third effect here, you may not necessarily take advantage of a skill, but it removes 2 markers, 2 of your skillless battle cards from your drop area into your deck, and you draw 2. So you may not necessarily use that. But hey, if you need it, you'll use it when it's convenient. You know what I mean? So we have Lord Slug also is another good card, critical. This card is used for mid-game pressure and is also used to end the game. It has critical on it, so that's really good pressure. Active main, choose one of your cards in your hand, discard it. Your opponent's battle cards, you knowing one of your opponent's battle cards have barrier minus 10k power here to it. Or you can remove 4 markers here to this card. Your opponent activates a counter skill and it deals 1 damage here to it. So it's actually pretty cool. That second effect I really want to take advantage of, because I'm going to use that skill whenever you go for game, whenever you're swinging for game. So let's say you're swinging with your leader, then you're swinging with one of your battle cards, and then maybe you're swinging with another battle card. You want to make sure you have the skill activated and ready to go, because it just amplifies for the pressure and the damage that you're going to be doing to your opponent. Okay. Then we have Frieza Death Ball. Whenever you combo with 15k power for the battle, all your energy's red, so you don't have to worry about that. Then you're choosing either their leader or battle card. I mean, if you're swinging for leader, I would give them minus 10k power for the battle, making it more difficult for them. But 2 of these cards in the deck, not too bad. We already know what active energy and self-awakening here for this deck, since I don't have a lot of 1-drop battle cards for self-awakening. Violent Ray. This card, another cool card at that. You're gating attack. You discard 1 card for your hand, so you put something in the drop area, and then you're choosing one of these 2 effects, either a battle card or unison with 20k power or more. Won't be able to attack for the turn. Then we have Death of a Superhero. I mean, not Death, but Birth of a Superhero. It's another searcher looking for Goku or Vegeta that is either in your drop or your deck area, and pretty much you're playing or adding those cards to your hand. Then we have our Vegeta Godly Aura. When this card is played, you add up to 1 extra card with an energy cost of 1. It says no keyword skills from your drop area. I think it meant non-keyword skills from your drop area. So auto and active main skills are going to be non-keyword skills. Keyword skills are going to be like critical, double strike, things like the overround. Those are just keyword skills. They're specific type of keyword skills. Then there's another one, whereas if you're using this card from your hand by a union skill, you're looking at to the top cards of your deck, and you add up to 1 Gogeta BR card from your hand. Among them, putting it to your hand, you're going to shuffle the areas you look through, and then you're going to discard one of your cards if you added a card. This card is very expensive, and it's worth a lot of money, but a really, really good card for your decks. And then we have Vegeta prepared for battle, and we have Goku prepared for battle. With this Goku prepared for battle, it has counterattack here on it. It has an auto skill, and I take it that this auto skill prompts up after you use it. Choose one card in your hand. You're gonna place it in the drop area, and it's at the end of your turn or your opponent's turn. You know, you return this card to your hand. It says choose up to, so it appears that this is something that's mandatory. I believe this is something that you have to do. This is what it appears to be to me. If you guys know better otherwise, that'll be great. I really do appreciate it, but let me know if that's a skill that needs to be mandatory done. I mean, auto skills are mandatory. Means that they have to be done. It doesn't say you may choose one card in your hand. It says choose one card in your hand. So I take it this is something that's necessary. Same thing with this Vegeta active main skill. It has active main really at that. That's all it really has. But it's another fusion that can be used here for this deck. Typically the main one's gonna be the vanilla skillless one, but you can still use this one as well. It says place this card from your hand in the drop area. You're gonna choose up to one Veku or Gogeta card your drop area, add it to your hand. Typically you're gonna go for Gogeta. And then we have our super combo. You already know what it is on that one. And Whis, the instructor, you're comboing with this card, get a 5k bump, but you got to use the energy. Typically, you're going to use that to go for a Gogeta if you need it, or a Son Goku, or a Vegeta BR card from your drop area, add it to your hand. Now, pretty much the win conditions here to the deck, we have Gogeta time for payback, unique blocker, Union Fusion with this card. You're going to draw one. Then he has his active main using 3 of your red energies. Your leader's the red Gogeta BR card, so it's going to be very useful for this leader. Very useful for you. You have to have 4 or more energies because typically you're going to use this card by turn 4. You're going to choose up to one of your mono red Gogeta BR cards and energy cost of 8 or less from your deck or hand. You're going to place it on top of this card. So you're going to be placing all your targets going to be all your Gogeta cards here typically. It's up to you on what you decide to use, and then you can't activate the skill for the turn. So being able to use something like Gogeta Fusion of Gods, which is this is a cool card to use here. However, this card, if it were me, I would just a regular Union Fusion with Gogeta Fusion of Gods here by turn 3. That's what I would do. Draw my 2 cards. Then by turn 4, I would use this skill, right? And probably bring another Gogeta card on the field. That being Super Saiyan Blue, Technique Unchained, or either or, just to kind of finish this stuff off here as quick as you possibly can. You can actually fusion pretty much with this. Yeah, you can fusion this. Super Saiyan Blue, Technique Unchained has a EX Evolve or energy cost of 5. In this case, you do have a 5-drop Gogeta, and putting this on top of it here, that's not too bad. It doesn't cost anything to do it. It has double strike on it. Plus, if you evolve it, one of your Unison cards is going to get 2 markers on it, and you can't play battle cards for the turn. So it's actually pretty good. And then it says when this card or one of your opponent's cards attacks, you may choose your opponent's card, and it gets a 20k power for the battle. And then you negate that skill for the turn. So this is actually pretty useful. This is a very useful card. Okay, it's clearing up this deck kind of clears up a board here a bit. Okay, so Union Fusion with this card here by turn 3. You know what I mean. I think that's pretty good. That's just me. You're giving by that turn you want to have Lord Slug on the field already. You're drawing one. Your Unison's gonna get another marker on it. Let's say you're at 3 markers or so now that you use that. And then after that here, let's say pretty much you want to go ahead and go for another EX Evolve. You went Super Saiyan Blue this time. Now you're getting 2 markers. You have a total of 5 markers on a particular card. Can't play any battle cards for the turn, but right off the back, it's very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. And then we have our Super Saiyan Blue critical combination, real cool card. Triple strike, dual attack, has a permanent effect on it, 2 life or less. reduces cost of his card by 4, so you're playing about 4 energies. That I think that's still pretty good. And you can only play one of these here in the field, one of them in the field. So this card is very strong. 35k, and then we have our Super Saiyan Blue Fusion Onslaught, another EX Evolve. You're doing this on the top of an energy cost of on a energy cost of 6 Gogeta, which is that Super Saiyan Blue Unchained. This a man. This is pretty. That's pretty good. So in the next turn after that, let's say it's like turn 5 or whatever, you didn't finish your opponent. You're playing this on top of the Super Saiyan Blue Fusion Onslaught on top of your Super Saiyan Blue Unchained, and you're just taking advantage of this fact here. You can attack. It can't be KO'd. It can attack battle cards that are in active mode. That's pretty good. Permanent at that. Once this card KOs something, a battle card that's in active mode, you switch it back. You can switch it back to active mode for this. Yeah, you can switch it. So when this card attacks a battle card, switch it back to active mode. So that's pretty cool. So you can clear the board. Then once you evolve it, let's say you evolved it already, and there are no battle cards in play. Your opponent's battle area. Your opponent's choosing 2 of their life, and it's going in the drop area. Okay, and you can't play this card for the duration of the turn, so you can't really EX evolve on top of this card again. You can't really do it like that. And then here go your targets. Here your Super Saiyan 4 Brawly, the Dark Great Destroyer card, Ultimate Barrier, Double Strike, Active Main. You're choosing one of your 35k power battle cards and placing it in the drop area, and you're gonna play this card from your hand. You choose up to one of your opponents. And you're not one of your opponents. You're choosing your leader gets a 10k bump for until the start of your next turn. Permanent. All your cards in your leader, your battle area, combo area gets a not mine. Excuse you. Your opponent's leader area, battle area, combo area, and it gets a 5k power or in 5k minus power for the turn. Minus 5k at that. So they're losing it. So it's actually pretty destructible, and you're going for game typically at that. So that's actually pretty good. Yeah, and that's pretty much the deck profile as you guys can see. Let's go ahead and get into the card sequencing side of the video.
What's up, guys? This is our card sequencing side of the video here. I'm just going to show off how you play this deck here. Let's dive right into it. So by turn 1, we have our Unison deck. We have our Goku, Vegeta Junior cards that you typically don't play by turn 1. You typically don't do, or you'll just use your vanilla cards. If not that, you'll probably do that by turn 2 if you like. And also going into turn 2, you may end up transitioning to Lord Slug. You may transition to that, by playing this by turn 2. You have, let's say by turn 2, you play both Goku and Vegeta Vanilla by your Unison skill here. You've added a marker from the first turn. Now you're at 2. Now this is turn 2. You decide to use one of your markers, bring Goku and Vegeta on the field. Then you're saying to yourself, hey, I no longer use Goku Vegeta Jr. In Unison, I don't use that, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Lord Slug. There's Lord Slug for turn 2. On turn 3, we have our Gogeta Fusion God, and then we have our Super Saiyan Blue Unchained here. You can typically, when you're using this Gogeta Fusion of the God, you're doing this. When you use that card by turn 3 to fusion for Goku and Vegeta, you draw 2. You draw 2, and also there's that auto effect here that props up here, whereas you're getting your Unison card a marker here to it, so that's actually pretty cool. So add 2 markers. Now it's at 3 here with this, and then you're choosing all your opponent's battle cards, and they get a minus 15k power for the turn. So it's definitely popping things else on the board here too with that. So it's actually pretty useful, very very useful. So I'm pretty sure you guys like that. Then we have our Super Saiyan Blue. If you want that same turn, you can EX evolve it, giving your Unison 2 markers this time, and you can't play battle cards for that turn. And boom, that's actually pretty dope at that. Even for the rest of the turn, that's pretty dope, man. You're looking at what you had 3, now you have 2, you have a total of 5 or so on it. So that's actually pretty good. And then you can go ahead and start swinging, kind of going in for some maybe for some strikes here if you like, depending on how you like it and where you want this to get done or taken care of. And then we have turn 4. Now, typically turn 3, when I think about it, uh, you can play Goku and Vegeta by turn 3 if you wanted to with your units guard. It's up to you. You're able to do that. I think that would make sense. So turn 2, and typically by turn 1, 2, and 3, you can play your Goku and Vegeta vanilla cards. Okay, that should already be on the field by turn 3, and by turn 3, you should already technically fusion. So that's basically how I put it out to be. Then we have Gogeta, time for pay, which is another cool card. You got to play this by turn 4. You have to do it by that turn. You have to have 4 more energies to play it. So, and you're using this typically to bring out your 35k Gogeta Super Saiyan Blue cards, or your something that's less than that. Maybe your 6-drop here at that. You can do that to bring out your 6-drop, which is another target too as well. It's entirely up to you on what you want to do. So your critical, your Super Saiyan Blue critical combination. You're playing that, on top of that Gogeta time to pay out, up time for payback. Excuse me. You're gonna play that on top of that if you want to. Either or, it's all up to you. And then after you do that, then you're gonna you swung and you use this effect, and maybe let's say you combined it with your unison, your lower Slug unison card, and also we're talking about the the second skill, the auto skill for the unison card. Here you're trying to typically go for game, and hey, if you're using a counter skill, it burns 1 at that. Then you're swinging with either your leader and then your other blue Super Saiyan Blue battle cards here on the field. Let's say after that, hey, you taking one of those off the field. You have your Super Saiyan 4 Great Destroyer on the field now at this point. Let's say you want to go for game again. You're trying to go for game, end it well, great. It's real cool stuff. Real cool things. That real cool. So this is pretty much it, man. That's the game with this leader. This is pretty much all I really have for it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. More content coming soon, and peace.